I know you've been asked this 1,000 times, so I'm not going to ask again, but is it strange that a lot of fans are viewing this fight as kind of the linchpin to two weight classes, like welterweight and lightweight? After Saturday, they can start booking a lot of fights. Is it like every interview it seems to do, that seems to be one of the prevailing questions, like, oh, what about Islam? What about Ilya? What about Shavkat? What about middleweight? So is it get annoying after a while so close to a fight?
Yeah, 100%, right? But for me, it doesn't matter. Like I told all these guys, book your fights right now because I'm not leaving Saturday without the belt.
And what do you make of Usman's, he's saying, like, if you guys are backstage together, you might need extra security after the issues you guys have had.
Who?
Kamaru Usman.
The former champion on a 3-fight losing streak. I would have to be afraid of that guy with no knees and no cartilage and a big head. Nah, man, I think I'll be fine.
And what have you made of Ian? We saw you and Ian's son have a little, fun thing where he interviewed you. And what do you make of Ian's, weighing in as the backup in a possible next opponent?
I mean, I think he's doing all the right stuff, right? He took that short notice fight against a guy with a lot of hype, and he won convincingly. I think for him to step up as a backup 2 weeks later, he's talking the loudest right now, especially in a division where if Shavkat's hurt, there's not a clear number one contender, and the loudest guy in the room is going to get the call. So I think he's doing the right stuff. I think you better hope that Jack shows up, because if he does have to step in at short notice, it's going to be a bad night.
Belal, we've recently seen pictures of Hunter Campbell over in Dagestan talking to Islam, Habib in Dubai and stuff. And it seems like the vibe is they're waiting to see if you win or lose, right, if he moves up or doesn't. Is there a chance that they've made a decision to move up and challenge you without speaking to you internally? I know you guys are friends and stuff.
No, I don't think they would do that. Like I talk to Habib all the time. He even messaged me the other day. So, like I said, some guys are so big about loyalty, and I'm the same way.
What's the issue with you and Craig Jones going on at the moment? It seems to be a bit of back and forth online.
He's talking, right? He's a character. It's always fun again. I love guys when there's a little bit of trash talk, right? When there's a little bit of build-up. Jack's not a really big talker, so let's put Craig in the press conference.
I'm sure he would love to do that, brother. And then lastly, I just saw a video online. Colby Covington hid your food at the PI. I don't know if you're aware of that or if you even care, but curious what you think about Colby still throwing shots at you at this point.
He hid my food. I'm not even in Vegas. That's how much of a moron he is. I don't know what he's doing. These guys are like YouTubers now. Kamaru's a podcaster. Kobe's a YouTuber. They need to do a podcast together, the Biggest Losers.
And last one, speaking of that podcast, do you think there's a reason they haven't put it out yet? Or do you think they may be holding it in case he gets a title shot? Or is there a reason why? Did he come off worse is basically what I'm asking.
No, I mean, if you're a grown man and you start crying on a podcast, and it's your podcast, and you start tearing up, why would you want to put it out there? Unless there's like a really good editor that's going to try to clear it up. But I don't think they got that much money.
Belal? Right here. Ball right over here. Other side.
Yeah. So what does a win mean here for you and your legacy, especially with GSP, who will be in the audience, especially in arguably his hometown?
It would be huge, right? Another guy with a double-digit winning streak, and to win in Montreal in front of GSP, right? To go to the welterweight division, he's on everybody's Mount Rushmore. A guy that I looked up to, I always watched when I was younger, that you always try to be like and mimic. And just the way he did it, right? He didn't use trash talk. He didn't use any like antics to get to the top. He just used hard work, and he won every single fight, dominant. And that's what I'm trying to chase, right? That's always my next goal is to. You have to have a goal when you're a fighter, right? My first goal was the gold. Now my next goal is the gold. So I'm chasing him, and to be chasing him and starting here in Montreal and in front of him is gonna be great.
Well, right here. On one of the embedded episodes, Jack said he's going to beat you, and then it's retirement time, buddy, I think was his quote. For him to kind of, it's one thing to want to win the fight, all that, but for him to, I guess, have flashes of saying he wants to end your career, does that add anything extra for you?
No, I just think he's not really good at trash talk, so he's like trying to get like phrases and stuff from like Craig Jones or something like that, but I'm not even close to being at the end. And if he thinks it's going to be that, it's going to be a long night for him. I think I'm going to go in there, I'm going to break him. And for him to just keep adding these little words, these little phrases, right? He's gonna, I'm gonna save the division. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna do that. I just can't wait for him to eat his words and eat these fists.
So, like, when you get through this fight the way you want to, are you wanting to make a quick turnaround and maybe defend the belt again 1 or 2 times this year?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I love to stay active. I love to push it. And like I said, we're a small team, so right after this fight, we're back in the camp. Nacho's fighting Fiziev, so I got to get back to work. So I got to make quick, light work of Jack and come out uninjured and then start throwing kicks at Nacho.
What have you heard about where Shavkat is at right now? Because we haven't heard too much about his health. He's not, I don't think, going to be here this week. Do you feel like he's going to be healthy enough to fight on your timeline after this? Or are you maybe going to look at Brady or Buckley if he wins, or one of those guys?
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't heard anything. I haven't been looking for anything. I just been like fully concentrated. My target's on Jack. After I beat Jack, finish Jack, then I can start looking at these next guys. But my mindset, we're locked in right now.
Where do you rate your ability to kind of talk trash and get under people's skin, right? Because initially, we saw Leon Edwards kind of playing it off. He said, "Oh, it's just Belal, isn't it?" And then we saw what happened. And then recently in his last fight, you got Sean Brady in the post fight giving you a shout out, being like, "What up, Belal? We got Leon out of there. Like, thanks for getting under his skin and not even being here," type thing. So, where do you rate your ability right now?
I'm the best, man. None of these guys can compete with me in the trash talk. That's what I want. I need a worthy adversary, somebody that's going to try to build it up and talk. But it's just all fun to me, right? Like you said, now they're all trying to be friendly with me because they're like, man, I don't want to talk trash to them because he's going to embarrass us. So let's just keep it friendly until we get to fight night.
Belal right here. You talked about taking the long road to get here. You've also in the past talked about, the journey is not complete until you're considered the best welterweight to ever do that. So what does that look like to you? Is it chasing GSP's records? Is it quality of competition? Like, how do you measure what's going to make you the best welterweight?
I think quality of competition, right? When you look at the guys I have in my resume, they're some of the best to ever do it. So now these young up-and-comers that have these long streaks, so I end some of these streaks. I take some of their O's. And I think it's just inevitably going to happen where they're going to talk about it, right? Where GSP is like 10 in a row or title defenses in a row. We're chasing that. We could reach that, but I think I'll be good enough with my resume where you'll be like, he's right next to him. He's competing with him. Like, they were always talking about Kamaru and him. There's not going to be no talk after I'm done. It's just going to be me and GSP. That's it. There's going to be nobody else in the conversation.
Just one more. I mean, there are fighters who will say that you're not the champion until you defend the title. So do you have that mindset, or do you not pay attention to that?
No, I'm the champion. I won it. I earned it. But for me, we're not defending the belt. We're fighting for the belt again. That's always my mindset. I'm not coming in here, as the guy that's being hunted. I'm the hunter. I want Jack's record. I want Jack's streak. I want Jack's soul.
Just curious, who do you have in the Usman and Buckley fight?
Usman and Buckley? I got Buckley. I think Buckley's riding high right now. He has a long streak. Usman's been out for 2 years. And when you're out for 2 years, it's hard to come back.